Louisa.
Mr. Adele.
Mr. Noah, how's it going? How are you?
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. So you're the pioneer of this studio.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the brains behind everything.
Yeah, man. So how did you start with music?
Um,
You was
yeah.
always into music, or how did you
No, I
start?
was into sports a lot when I was a kid, and then
Okay.
I was doing a lot of football in high school, and then when football ended, I had nothing to do after school,
Okay.
and I wasn't really doing soccer or anything, so my friends at the time were smoking a lot of weed, and then
How old you are?
I was like 17.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they were all into like rock and music and stuff. And I always liked rap when I was like a kid. And then,
You was liked rap.
yeah, I was always like listening to it, even though I was in Calgary and it was like the only one, it was my brother and
Because
stuff that introduced
Calgary
me.
was more like into rock music over there, or what?
Yeah, this was like in like the 2000s when it was like 50 Cent and Eminem and stuff. And it
Oh,
was
just
like most kids
emerging.
were still like more listening to rock and country music.
Okay.
That kind of thing. So
So you started with that. You
yeah,
started with listening to.
I think when I was like 12, I wrote a rap for a class project.
Yeah.
Yeah, about respect, because we were supposed to respect each other, and we shot a music video and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Uh, and then after that, yeah, I'm not it wasn't really into music until later on, and then I kind of got really into it, and it just became like the
Because you're an audio engineer,
yeah.
and then you study.
I studied music and computer science for a bit, and then I did all like the audio related classes
Yeah.
that they offered, and then I felt like I still wanted to know a lot more, so I did audio engineering, and then
What do you think? Like, you think is it worth it? Like, how long is it? Like a year, 2 years?
the audio engineering, yeah, it
Yeah.
was like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I got a few guests, and they being in audio engineer, school as well.
Yeah,
Some they say, "Hey, it's fucking amazing,"
yeah,
but I took a completely different route anyway, like completely different route anyway. And some they say like, I
yeah.
just wasted my money.
I
I
think
wish I would invest that money on something else. What do you think?
it's a good question. I feel like a lot of people, they would invest their money and they might not learn as much.
Okay.
But then how valuable is the knowledge if you're not getting paid anything? So
Yeah.
it's kind of, I feel like I don't know. I'm up for it. It's debatable because sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm glad like I know all this stuff. I have some good skills, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I also worked hard and on my own, most of it.
What do you think? Do you think like buying, let's say, I don't know, like a YouTube course
Yeah.
for audio engineering, is that better or
No,
no?
I don't
No.
believe in YouTube courses
Yeah, no.
personally. I can't do it. Like every time I try to do like it's for like coding and stuff, like
Yeah.
I can't fucking
No.
finish a course. Even if I could finish a project, like a course, I'm usually make it like 2, 3 YouTube lessons in, and then I'm fucking like, yeah, I'm done.
Why is
But
that? It's difficult to
it's kind of a
focus,
shitty
or
way of learning too. And I feel like for audio engineering, like it's dependent on the song and it's dependent on your listening environment and so many factors that like if you're just learning on YouTube, I feel like most people like amateurs will kind of learn some trick off of YouTube and then they'll
Yeah.
just apply it
Okay.
everywhere they can apply it, right? Like you're like, oh, I use a CLA 3.8 compressor
Yeah.
on this rap vocal, and then
Yeah.
every song is just, I know what to do.
Okay.
Just crank the CLA 3.8.
Yeah.
Easy. Um,
But on the like where were you, in Nimbus or
I was at it's LaSalle College now. It was
oh,
a
LaSalle
art.
College? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were in LaSalle College, you guys like usually work on analog gear, or you work on plugins, or how does it work?
Like both. They have some like
Both.
they have really good analog gear and
Okay.
like yeah, they have a really good studio. But the problem is like yeah, you can't afford that once you leave, so
That's the thing. Like,
kind
so
of just got to
basically,
do
you
it.
learn with the analog gear, but when you're leaving, you're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, so like a lot of it is kind of wasted because like I feel like a lot of kids in my class they were like having trouble just learning like the signal flow and like how to use a console, and like a lot of the classes are like the entire class just learn how to use a console, and then
Okay.
you have to do like a practical test to pass this class,
Oh yeah.
and like people would fail it, but like realistically it's not applicable. Like you don't need to know how to use it. I
Okay.
mean, sure, if you want to be like a high-end rock engineer and you have access to a $250,000 mixing console, but that's
Yeah.
not the reality for like 99% of
You think
people,
like
right?
most of the studio now they don't use much just a mixing console, eh?
Yeah, I mean they still have them, but it's like it's not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you just need like your two channels, and if you're like good, you can get away with it with just doing everything in plugins. Like
Mm.
so it's
So for you, you work mostly on plugins
I work all in plugins.
or on
I just
plugins?
have the microphone, preamp, and then plugins.
What's your favorite plugins? Like I would say, let's say for preamp, what are you using?
Preamp?
We're
Well,
gonna
I'm just using just the bare UAD preamp,
okay.
but like I have like the Neve one and the 610 and a couple other like of the emulation ones, but I just like the bare one because the rest I'm just doing with like EQ and compression and whatever.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're using like the Unison 610 or the 1073 Neve
Yeah,
as a preamp?
yeah, like sometimes when I was like when I had the studio, I would do that more often. But if it's just my own stuff, I feel like I'm less serious about it, and I just
When is you
use the.
like when is your own song, huh?
Yeah,
It's
I
always
know
you take it
exactly.
less
Some of
seriously.
my own songs are like the worst mixes because I'm like, I'm like there's some noise in it, fuck it, whatever, you know. Yeah,
I can relate so much.
uh-huh.
Why do you think is that? Like,
That's it.
why do you think we don't take our? Because you're an artist as well. You're not the engineer,
Yeah,
but I heard your song and you're a pretty good singer and rapper at the same time.
yeah.
What do you think you're not taking it seriously?
I mean, I feel like I don't know. It's like there's a saying about that where like shoes or like shoemakers,
Mhm.
like the shoemaker is always wearing like the most fucked
Yeah.
up shoes. That's exactly it. But I feel like now since I stopped doing like clients, like now I take my music, my quality has gone up, you know. But if you're like, because if
Oh,
you're,
you stopped taking clients and
yeah,
then the quality have going
yeah,
up now?
because now I could just focus on my own stuff.
Oh,
But
good.
like, if a client, like even if it's not producing, like if you're mixing or recording, you're helping them through the process, and you're like you're using your brain, and you're like contributing creatively to their stuff.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to yours, you're like, I'm all creative
Yeah.
out, you know, like I've just been doing that all day, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
So, how do you find like mostly like your client?
What do you mean? How do I
Like
find them?
how do they find you?
Oh,
Or let's say if they want to record a song. Let's say I'm a
yeah.
client, I want to record in your studio.
Hmm.
So how do I find you?
Well, mainly just Craigslist and Facebook ads and
Mhm.
Instagram ads. Instagram ads was working really good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Is it working? No?
no, I don't even do it anymore 'cause I don't have
Oh, you don't?
time. Yeah,
Okay.
and I've moved into like a smaller apartment.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have a studio. Yeah, that's not
So
worth the time.
here's the thing. I have a question. So let's say before you had a studio,
Hmm.
so now you're working. You have your studio from home.
Yeah,
So it's way more convenient. You can basically record anyone, anytime.
yeah.
Um,
Not really.
but
I have to clean my house.
oh yeah, yeah, because they have to.
I clean my whole house. It's fucked up. It's too much work.
Fuck man, I would be like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I
Yeah.
don't clean shit.
Oh, really?
Let's fucking record.
Yeah.
But I mean, you think is it harder to like record client from home, or having a studio is easier? What do you think?
Um, I mean, it is harder because you don't have as much control over like the noise. Like I can't always turn my fridge off,
Oh yeah,
or like I have like AC units on the outside of my window.
okay,
So I mean, it was kind of the same shit here though. Like you got to
hmm,
turn the AC off.
that's right.
You got to sometimes tell the neighbors to shut up and that kind of
That's
thing.
right. Yeah, They
Yeah,
had like construction with a hammer. Doom, doom.
exactly. It's like it's never perfect, but
Yeah,
it's easier for me for my own stuff because I'm just I do it when I want.
yeah.
But maybe I'm less productive because I'm not like I don't have like a set time where I'm like I'm going to the
Oh,
studio
I see.
and then I'm gonna do that, you know.
Yeah. You think like artists they're really picky, like sound wise, like the quality of the sound,
Mm,
because you're an audio engineer, so you have a certain standard,
yeah,
right? But what do you think about the artists? Are they really picky sound wise, or
depends.
they looking? What do you think? They think you think like they're looking more for a vibe, or they looking more for
I think definitely a vibe
yeah.
because most artists aren't like really technically
Mm,
focused, and if they were, they probably wouldn't be hiring like an
right.
engineer, right? Um, but yeah, I've had some picky clients, but for the most like for like sound quality wise,
Yeah.
I think most of them are just kind of like I trust you. Yeah, sounds
They
good.
basically trust you as
Yeah,
an audio engineer,
yeah.
and then
As long as it sounds good, you know, like if it sounds obviously fucked up, then they'll be like, oh,
mhm.
sounds fucked up.
They can feel the difference, but they cannot say
Yeah, they can't say what's going on or
yeah.
yeah, that's the part that like
They
education plays, right?
right, yeah. They can say like, oh, there's too much compression, or
Mm-hmm.
there's too much saturation on the voice. They won't have the term,
Yeah, the
but they
terminology.
know that doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So, like, now where are you going then? So you're not the engineer.
Yeah,
What's the next step?
I'm just focused on producing, focus
Yeah.
on my own music. I got like a fucking grant thing a year ago that I haven't finished yet, and it was due like last month. So now I have a music video tomorrow.
You have a music video
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I had to plan the whole thing last minute because I thought I would get away with
Bro,
it.
what are you doing here? Like 11 p.m. What
Bro,
the
I'm not
fuck?
even done planning the shit. I don't have time.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
man.
so there's that. I got to finish that and then fuck, I don't know. Then I can probably release a couple more songs. And yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I would rather make my money doing other stuff and then
Mhm.
just release music and make the music I want because I feel like the music I like making, it's not marketable. You know, it's not that marketable.
How you would you describe it?
It's
Because
like
I heard your music,
yeah.
sometimes, I listen to it. So how would you describe it? I know what you mean.
Hmm.
Like it's not marketable.
Yeah, it's more like experimental
Uh,
in a way. It's not like experimental in like the way that you picture like jazz experimental where
yeah,
it's like, oh, it's some fucking weird sounds,
yeah.
but it's not like on the mainstream
Hmm.
enough that like you can just put it on at a party kind of music, you know, like
Yeah, I would define it more as it's kind of like lo-fi as well.
yeah,
Because you're singing on kind of like a hip hop beat,
yeah,
but you're singing at the same time. It's sad, but at the same time it's uplifting, you know.
yeah. I like
So
that kind of feel when you sing about sad things on like a happy beat too.
yeah,
That's like the best.
so
Yeah,
they definitely there's a contrast.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Sometimes I listen to it and think, oh,
Yeah.
that's some good shit, man.
Thanks, man.
That's
Yeah.
some good shit.
Yeah, I'm always watching your clips on thing on
Oh,
Instagram. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy.
What do you think like in Vancouver?
Yeah,
You think like music industry is very small, or it's big, or
it's like
what do you
yeah. I
think?
mean both because it's like you meet some people and especially the ones that like stick around. Like
Mhm.
you see them fucking 5 years later, like that Prosper guy. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
he's still out here. Fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy. But yeah, I mean, and then at the same time, there's like so many like really talented people that like you just never heard of, and you're like, what the
yeah.
fuck? You've been out here in Vancouver, and you just never.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like, I get many guests, they so shy
yeah,
just to put their music out.
yeah.
And then I ask them, I say, like, why you don't want to, your music is good.
Hmm.
You have a very good voice. Why you don't want to put it out there? And mostly is because they're scared of what if no one like my music? What if it's actually like a shitty music?
Well, yeah, and
What
it's
if it was
safer
like I
that
was
way, right?
dreaming for like many years, but
Yeah,
was going nowhere?
it's hard to like have the self, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Self like reflectiveness to,
What do you mean by that?
uh, fuck, what's the word? Like,
Or maybe can you describe it?
yeah, like to be able to criticize and to evaluate your own art in an objective way and to be able to tell if it's good or if it's like
Okay.
shit. Because sometimes you're just like, you make something garbage and you're like, oh fuck, this is heat, you know, and you see a lot
Yeah.
of people do that and put it out and you're like, this is this ass, like this
Yeah.
guy's a clown, right?
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's the opposite, like something you make something really good and you're like, it could be better or
Yeah.
whatever, right?
W- So for you, when do you when do you feel you say like, okay, this is a good music, or like, oh, okay, that's a hit, that's good.
Yeah,
When, you know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean.
It's very difficult, right?
I
Because
feel like,
sometimes you're thinking like, okay, that's a fucking hit. The day after you listen to the music,
yeah,
it's like fucking garbage.
exactly. I feel like I go like through phases of it where I'm like, I make it, and then like the next week I'm like, oh, this is a banger,
Okay.
and then like a month later I'm like, I can't believe I did that, you know, and then like a year later, like the song I'm doing a music video for, like I made it, I was like,
Yeah.
that's sick, and
Okay.
then I posted it, and then like a couple months later I was like, it makes it so bad, it could be so
Hmm.
much better, blah blah blah. I did nothing with it, and then eventually like enough people were kind of like, oh yo, I really like that song, or
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Now then I kind of came back around. I'm like,
Because
yeah,
maybe
okay,
you're
that's
too
good.
tired of it, or you listen to it too much, or
Yeah, or I feel like you have your own like perception of yourself, right? Like I feel like maybe the chorus is a little corny or whatever,
mm.
is a little like on the nose, but at the
So
end of the day, like you're not the consumer, right? Like that's I feel like if you think about it from the perspective of someone who doesn't know
mhm.
you and
Yeah.
who, you know, doesn't isn't personally acquainted, they don't give a fuck. They're just,
Yeah.
they say, sounds good, sounds good. Yeah,
That's right.
they're not thinking too deeply about this person who made this
Exactly.
song, you know.
I agree. How do you write your song? Like which, mm, let's say you write when you're very sad, or you write
Mm,
when you're very happy, or when you're in the vibe. So as an
yeah.
example, for me, I need a, like, emotional peak. I could
Hmm.
be very sad, or I could be very happy, or I could be just in a vibe, you know.
Yeah,
That's the moment I'm gonna write.
that's
How about
good.
you?
I feel like I just need to be alone, you know.
You don't need to be alone.
No, I just need to be
Oh, you
alone.
just need to be alone.
Yeah. Um, Other than that though, like yeah, I don't really feel like I need to be in like any kind of emotional state
Hmm.
because I'm generally just yeah, generally just make a beat and then kind of sing some little melody over top of it, and then I just kind of put words to the melody, and
Okay.
then I feel like there's some kind of, like your kind of ideas form, and then you don't really have control over how it forms, but at the
Mm.
end, like if you can shape it to like kind of mean something, you know?
So you basically, what do you mean is like, you record the melody and it doesn't really make so much sense, but it actually makes sense when you listen to
Yeah,
it.
like if like I would write like one word here, one sentence here,
Okay.
and then usually somehow by the end it comes together. It's more
Okay.
like more like a subconscious thing, I feel like if I tried, I can't sit down and write
You
things
don't.
like without the
Yeah.
music nowadays. I
Yeah.
used to do that, but back then I was pretty shitty. Like I feel
But
like
back
yeah,
then you can just listen to a song, because I'm not able to do that anymore. I
yeah, like
really
to
reflect
just
on what you're
write
saying.
without the music or like
Even with lyrics, I was
yeah,
listening to Eminem, and so for like maybe like 3 or 4 hours, I was in the living room, and just on the floor and just like writing.
really.
Now there's no way
Yeah,
I
hell
can't
no.
spend fucking 3 4 hours just writing lyrics.
No.
Just can't.
I don't. I spend. I feel like the least time on the vocals.
Mm.
I mean, I spend a fuck ton of time re-recording it over and over again, but like writing it is really like, yeah, I feel like it's better if it's just kind of off the top, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how
oh.
you come up with good melodies.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's okay. So how do you? I want to ask like I want to go in that subject. How do you treat client when they come to your studio?
Trick or treat?
Huh?
Trick
Trick or treat?
clients? Which one did you say? Trick clients or treat clients?
No, no, no.
Because
Like
there's a different different answer completely, or the same.
no, I mean, let's say what I mean is I have so many different type of client.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some client. They come over to the studio and they want to fucking sound like Drake,
Hmm.
bro. You're not. First of all, you're not even on the tempo. You're not on the beat.
Yeah.
You don't know how to rap.
Hmm.
You don't know how to sing. Auto tune won't make like it's not magic. That will
Yeah.
help, but that's not fucking magic. So expectation of the client sometimes is just too fucking high.
Hmm.
So how do you manage that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you just gotta be realistic, with them. Sometimes you gotta be like, look, there has been times where I've like had to literally just sit down and be like, look, man, you're just starting out, your voice isn't there yet. You're like, here's where you're off, you
Mm.
know, here's how you should sound. You know, we could keep on trying over and over again if you want,
Yeah,
but that's probably the best it's gonna get. Like, you should probably go back and practice, maybe come back, or just be okay with it because it's not that big of a deal. You don't need to fucking drop the hottest song of 2023
yeah,
right off the gate. Nobody's
yeah,
expecting you to fucking be Drake.
yeah. Okay. So you just take it more professional way,
Yeah.
just saying like, hey, maybe just practice.
Yeah, I feel like that's why like I was never wildly successful as an audio engineer because a lot of time I just tell people like even though I'm charging them per hour, I'm like telling
Yeah,
them, yeah, maybe you should just go home. Like, it's not it. Like, I lost a lot of money just being honest with them, but it
yeah,
is what it
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. Maybe just go home and then practice.
I'll just charge you a half hour today, buddy.
Yeah. Do you think is it hard as an audio engineer and having your own studio and everything, charging people? What do you think?
Yeah, I found it hard. Like, I mean, maybe I'm just a bad businessman. Like, I would rather do business with something else because
Mm.
if you're like doing creative business and you care about the creative process, you shouldn't care in business because in business it's about the money.
Mm-hmm.
You want to charge people as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
you know, everywhere you can. But if you give a fuck about them, then that's gonna get in the way of your money, right? And
Yeah.
then
Because I
it is
feel
what it
like
is.
there's so many artists, they broke, man.
Yeah,
They broke.
exactly.
So the
I'm
only
broke
money
too,
that they
so I'm like,
have, they want to invest it to record their own music.
exactly.
I feel fucking bad sometimes to
Yeah,
take their money.
me too. Like I feel bad to be like, especially I don't want to like waste their money where they're gonna
Right.
be like spending a ton for this song that I know is gonna just be like
Just gonna be on
garbage,
Spotify
like
on
yeah,
their headset. That's pretty much it, eh?
exactly. And sometimes people are like desperate. Like I feel like desperate people sometimes turn to music because they think
Oh yeah.
like, oh, maybe I could get a way out.
Mm.
And
It's like the last hope.
yeah, and it's the saddest shit. Like I had this one guy who was like homeless, and he's like, "Look, I got a bunch of money. I got like $500. I just want to record an album. Blah blah blah." I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to do this." Like,
Yeah.
and he sent me like some clips, and he wasn't like terrible, but it was like, "This is you should pay your rent. Get a place to live. I don't want to take your money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to work for free either. So
Yeah. That's the thing too, right? I mean, like you have your business to run as well.
yeah, I'll
Because
be
the
homeless.
time that you're spending with a client, you're not spending it with your family,
Yeah,
with your own time, with your own song. So
exactly.
you need to run your business as well.
Yeah,
So it is definitely like it's challenging, but same thing as you. I definitely have a hard time to take their money,
yeah.
especially if I like their song.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you have a client and you're just vibing with them, you're just like you actually like the song,
Yeah,
you're into it.
especially like all of my like longer term clients, like I became friends with them, And now
Yeah,
I'm friends with you. And like, fuck, I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
take your money. I would love to just have time to do it for free and everything, but
yeah,
I also
yeah,
can't do that.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. At the
uh,
same time, you have to run your business,
yeah,
pay your own rent.
I would rather sell actual shoes, because then you could just sell the shoe, and if they don't fucking like the shoe, they shouldn't have bought it. You know, like
I agree,
you
man.
don't have to worry about it.
I agree, man.
Yeah,
So, for how long you've been living in Vancouver? Long time now?
since like late 2016.
Late 2016.
Yeah, so what?
So before you were in Alberta, right?
No, so grew up in Calgary, went
Yeah,
to
grew up in.
school in London.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for a year.
Okay.
Didn't like it. I came.
Didn't like it?
I went to like law school, and
Oh
then
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I mean like just the profession in
Okay.
general, kind of.
The Better Call Saul, Better
Oh
Call
fuck no,
Adele.
bro. I'm a pretty good lawyer though. I went to
Are
court.
you?
Yeah, I
Shit.
took my baby mama to court.
No way.
I won
No way. By
hard.
yourself?
Yeah, bro. By myself. I had a stack this fucking big with tabs and everything. Yeah.
By yourself. You didn't hire any lawyer?
Fuck. Well, I had like legal aid that they would just like I
They
would email
organize it.
them and then they'd give me like tell me what to submit and stuff.
Okay.
But fucking shit was lit, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
and at the end the judge was like, you're a bad person. Everything you've been doing is emotional abuse. You don't care about your kid.
The
To
judge say that?
to her, yeah.
Oh, to her. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Go,
it
go.
was fucking great. I wasn't even happy though, because it was just kind of more embarrassing for like everyone involved. But the afterwards, after leaving, I was like, yeah,
After shit, man.
yeah. I was like, kind of
That's a
like,
good
oh
feeling.
man, I should have just stayed in law school. But I wouldn't do it every day though. Yeah.
No, what do you think? Like, why? Because look, like this is like completely two different profession, but two different
Mhm.
mindset.
Yeah.
Like you have the artist mindset, and this is like super logical mindset, which is
Yeah.
a lawyer.
But it's kind of, I mean, no, it's just stressful as fuck. Like,
It is, huh?
yeah, I wouldn't, like, especially I care about people. If
Yeah.
I was, like, I had a client and now they're expecting me to defend their, like, freedom
Mhm.
for the rest of their life,
Yeah.
bro, I would, I would fucking go nuts. Like, and I had to
Yeah.
do that every day.
Yeah.
Like, hell no. That seems like a
You,
lot.
you care about people a lot.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I can't even remember any artist, musician or producer, artist in general, that they don't care about other people. It's fucked
Yeah.
up. We all love our all own bubble. We love to do our shit.
Hmm.
You know, we don't care about what other people think, but we love to take care of other people.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you had kind of, because if you think about, like, music is kind of like, it's just emotion, right?
Mm.
And to have like that kind of capability to like or will to put like this kind of emotion into this thing
work.
and like
Yeah.
feel rewarded by it, you
Mm.
have to be like pretty empathetic, right? Like
Mm.
I feel like a
agree.
lot of them are empathetic, but then also a lot of them, especially like singers and rappers,
Yeah.
they just take the whole like excuse of I'm pursuing my dream kind of shit
Mm-hmm.
to an extreme of just being so fucking selfish and
Okay.
like so egotistical. It's
Okay.
wild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have an example in mind?
I mean, plenty. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people, they're just completely willing to scam other people and like, take as many favors
Mm.
as they can get to just to like further their own, goal. And like a lot of it, like especially with rap, I feel like if you're just some people just like to dress nice, be
Yeah.
on videos,
Yeah.
and talk their shit.
Which it doesn't fucking make sense to me,
Yeah,
man.
and I mean, in the case, it's not really art.
Mhm.
It's kind of like you're just talking about yourself.
Yeah.
You're just kind of trying to make yourself look cool, but you're not
Mm.
really like connecting with anybody. No one cares.
I agree, man.
What clothes you're wearing.
I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. Yeah. No, 100%. So they're creating this image just to look cool,
Yeah,
but
and yeah, I guess we can't really count that as like
Mm.
artists. It attracts a certain type of like kind of vain,
yeah. I mean,
narcissistic energy.
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Looks nice, It looks cool, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing behind it. So yeah, I don't know. I agree, man. So yeah, so you grew up in Calgary and then came into Vancouver.
Yep.
I want to talk a little bit about relationship. That's okay with you.
Sure. Okay.
So, you know, I was living in Calgary for a few months, and bro,
Cold.
this is a different world over there, man. I was in
Bro.
Calgary, then I was in Edmonton. I fucking love Calgary. I think that for me
Yeah.
in Canada, that's the best city. Calgary and Edmonton second, and far behind I would put Vancouver. I'm
Really?
talking just about. I'm not talking about you know the weather and all of that. I'm talking about just like relationship in general.
Yeah, life. I mean, people there are nice, like, and they're. I feel like the education system is better there.
Mm-hmm.
People generally have more like freedom and
Yeah.
more money.
Yeah, true. Eh?
Yeah, like
Because here you basically most of the people they just like
you're
working
fucking slave.
just to pay
Yeah,
bills. You
yeah,
know.
just to live.
Yeah.
And I feel like like it makes people bitter and fucking easily irritable and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what do you think? You think is it easier in Calgary to have relationship? Like I mean, romance relationship? I feel like when I was over there,
Yeah.
man, it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
You know what I loved in Calgary? Bro,
Yeah.
I loved in Calgary.
Uh-huh.
You will see like girls, they very natural, no much makeup,
Yeah.
no so much sexy clothes. But here's the thing. When you talk to them, they're very natural. You know, they're very approachable. Where here, they're thinking they're the shit. They're thinking like, oh my god, like 7 feet? Fuck off. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm
Yeah.
just having a conversation right here. You know what I mean?
I feel like there's like vibe of Vancouver with like everybody though. Like everyone kind of is trying to just wear their Arc'teryx and their Bloodstones and just seem like they have their whole life figured out and they're so
Yeah.
good and shit. But we know everyone's broke. We don't fucking you can't afford fucking $2,000 for a 1 bedroom and not be broke. Okay, it doesn't matter how much money you make. Like you can't all be doctors.
Yeah, exactly. Even doctor are fucking broke, man. Like the fucking doctor, they have to pay their loan for like 20
Yeah,
years or
fuck.
so.
It's just wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it's hilarious. There was like some meme or something about like Vancouver girls
Yeah.
where like outward they're like look really pretty, like dressing really nice, and then they go home to their like basically hole in a fucking abandoned house, like shitty ass room that they're paying like $2,000 for. And that's
Bro,
kind
like,
of Vancouver, I feel like.
you know, I was, when I started to live in Vancouver, so in Europe, you don't have much roommate. Maybe in Paris, that's pretty much, that's the only city where you can have roommate in general. But people, they just live by themselves in France. In Vancouver, when I came over, I was roommate with a few girls. So we were 6 in one house, man. It's like fucking friends. So I was friends. Dude, the girl, she could not pay the rent. Like everyone have to pay, I remember that time, $50 from our pocket
To pay her
to
rent.
pay her rent. We felt so bad for her. She was like keep crying and shit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Every fucking Saturday night, she dressed like sexy as hell.
Of course.
And then she will
Find a
keep
way.
dude, like she's going, like out, and if you look at her, you're gonna be like, oh, this girl, she's married to like a billionaire or something. It was like, oh, champagne, bro. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
That is fucking frustrating, man.
Yeah.
So and this is what I feel like this is what's missing in Vancouver. That Calgary vibe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it. I couldn't tell you, but I feel like Calgary, they're more real. There's less reason to be fake, I guess.
Mhm. You think Vancouver is a fake city? What do you think?
They're trying to get that sound bite. Hey, think you're gonna get that sound bite?
I mean,
Oh.
I feel like it.
Yeah, a
I
little
feel
bit.
it's definitely fucking fake.
Yeah, I would, but I mean, like at the same time, there's a lot of great people in Vancouver.
There's.
A lot of great people.
Mhm.
a lot of not so great people.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, you know.
What do you think? It's just because the cost of living mostly?
Little bit, yeah. And also, I feel like there's definitely a fashion kind of vibe in Vancouver, right?
What do you
And
mean by that?
like people dress way nicer here
Yeah.
and kind of care more about their appearance than like say Calgary. Like people fucking dress like cowboys
Yeah.
and walk around, you know, like everyone's just jeans and a flannel shirt all the time. So, and I feel like that maybe contributes to that kind of fake vibe, right? Because like everyone wants to kind of dress nicer, but obviously nobody
Do
really
you
has the
care about
money.
the way you dress or no?
I like it. I like
Yeah.
to dress a little
Yeah.
bit nice. Like if I had more money, I would.
Yeah.
But shit, I'm just doing what I gotta do when I gotta do it. Yeah.
Because I don't give a shit really like about like how I dress. You know, I buy like same clothes.
Yeah.
So let's say, you know, like if I have like, you know, like one black t-shirt,
Mhm.
like I don't know, from Zara, I'm gonna buy like three of them.
Yeah. I mean, I do that too. I just have all black, and I just only wear black hat all the time. And when it's going gets old, I just throw it away, get a new one. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, something like H&M. It's usually like where I go.
Yeah, but I feel like I used to do that a lot when I was younger too, but
Mhm.
like I feel like I spent so much money
Yeah.
at Zara and H&M,
Mm.
and like all that clothes just kind of goes to waste. Like, but when you buy nicer things, sometimes if you get like good quality, it lasts longer.
Also,
you
you're
know?
the type of person. So let's say you will go to, I don't know, maybe Levi's or, and then you're gonna buy a jacket for $500. Then you're gonna keep it for like few years.
I can't buy it. I still don't buy like anything more than
So
like
you,
no, I can't.
you like the idea, but
Yeah,
you
I like the idea, but I like to buy like mid-range, and then I like feel the quality, and if it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is gonna last, then I'll be like, okay, sure, like $150, I could do it.
Okay,
But like $500 for a jacket,
bro. Like
Canada Goose is
my
crazy. I
partner,
don't
man,
know.
she's spending like more than $2,000 for a fucking bag, bro.
That's
For a
wild.
bag.
I don't care how much money I have. $2,000.
Fuck that,
That's a
man.
car.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I buy like a fucking like Honda Civic. I
Mhm.
put it at the back, and then just as a backup car.
Just
That's
to
it.
fucking rip around in.
So
Pretty
you
much.
know what? Like my first car, that was not even my first car. It was maybe my third car. I bought it for $400 to this old lady
Mhm.
in Richmond. When you turn on, like the car, I swear. Um, how do you call that the machine? You know when you
Lawnmower.
lawnmower, you call that?
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Okay, I swear, man. When you turn on that car, same sound. Like you can hear like,
Yeah. Yeah.
dude. I was so ashamed of that car, but I loved it. You
Yeah.
know, you thinking like, hey, you know what? $400.
Not bad.
Yeah, not
Not
bad.
bad. But like think about $2,000. That's like two ski-doos.
So,
That's that's wild. That's a vacation.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good for her.
For me, like, wow, for me, it's fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I feel like, dude, like, you're a clown. You're buying a bag for 2K. You're a
Mhm.
fucking clown. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I felt. That's what I felt. Yeah.
Mm.
But except that, then, so we went to relationship in
Mhm.
Vancouver, music, okay, and now I want to go to a little bit a different subject. So it's having a family in
Mhm.
Vancouver.
Yeah. It's a tough one, hey?
That's a tough
Tough one.
one.
When are you planning on having a kid?
When I'm,
Got any babies
honestly,
coming
man,
out?
I fucking hate kids.
Really?
I swear to
Oh
God,
fuck.
man. I just fucking hate kids so
Are
much.
you sure you won't change? Like I didn't. I wasn't really like.
He was not really
I
into
didn't
kids.
think I would really want to have a kid, but
Yeah.
it changes when you have it. You still kind of hate that, like, oh fuck, I have like this responsibility fucking following me around all the time. But there's a lot of rewarding aspects to it, you know.
What is the reward then?
It's like you learn a lot. Like you
You
learn
learn
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yeah, about yourself,
Oh
about
yeah.
like your parents, because you raise them and you're like, oh man, when I was a kid, I was doing this, and this
Mm.
is probably how my parents felt. You know, like before that, I kind of like I blame my parents for a lot of things, like oh they didn't do this and that. But realistically, I mean they're just human beings, and like
Yeah.
they probably didn't know fuck all how to raise a kid. You know, they were just kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, Dell, like
Yeah.
sure you can totally go do that. I guess so. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I didn't grow up with the best environment for sure.
Hmm.
Like that, I grew up like fucked up. Me, my brother, my sister was a little bit better, but my older brother, we didn't grow up in the nice environment.
Yeah.
But and I think that's why I don't want to have a kid as well.
Mm.
I'm thinking like, bro,
Yeah.
my kid will be like fuck, not
It
miserable
is
because I'm
sad.
gonna be like a pretty good father,
Yeah.
but
You can't control everything though.
yeah.
Like that,
What
I
would be
feel
your advice for that?
you just can't control it, man. Like I'm in the same way. Like I, well, I couldn't control that my daughter was born to begin with, but like I can only be as good of a dad as I can be, but I can't control her mom. I can't
Mm-hmm.
control like
Of course.
the fucking economy, or
Mm-hmm.
I can't control her friends and her school situation. You know,
Yeah.
like so much shit that you can't change, and it's it's sad that you can't
Good.
always provide the best situation
Of
for
course.
them. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And the expectation of the other person too.
Yeah.
You know, so you separate with the baby mama.
Hmm.
May I ask you like why, how that happened?
Um, I feel like when it comes down to it, like I didn't really think she was a good partner. Like
Mhm.
we dated for like 6 months,
Okay.
and then she got pregnant,
Oh
and
wow,
then
well, that's pretty short, man.
yeah, and we
Okay.
were young. I was like, my daughter was born when I was 23, so I was like 22
Okay.
when she got pregnant, and she would have been like 20,
Okay.
and she decided to keep it, and I was like,
She decided to keep it,
yeah,
or you?
she
Okay.
decided to keep it. I told her, like I don't think that's a good idea,
Okay.
but I respect you, like your decision, your bodily autonomy, but I think clearly a lot of bad fucking decision at
Yeah.
that age,
Yeah.
but she wanted to keep it, and I was like, okay, well,
How did you feel? How did you feel when she told you like, hey, you know what, I want to keep it?
yeah, I think there was a lot of like depression for both of us for the
Depression?
first, yeah, for the definitely the first while, and
Mm.
then even afterwards. I mean, there's like postpartum depression, of just, but they're all different kind of things. Like it's like your life, part of your life ends, and you gotta get used to like a new life, a new version, and you're never gonna have like the same kind of freedom and
Yeah.
everything.
How did you react when she told you like, hey, I'm pregnant and I want
Yeah,
to keep it?
I don't know. I just kind of was like, I gotta thug it out. You can't run from it. I'm not, and I
You didn't run from it.
no, of course that's life. Like
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't try to run away. And at the end of the day, like I always thought, if I have a kid, I'm gonna do whatever I can for that kid, no matter the circumstance.
But
I
at that
guess.
time, he was okay with the baby mama. Like the relationship
Yeah.
was
So like
fine.
we stayed together for like 2 years after that.
Okay.
Yeah, and I tried to make it work, but like there was so many things that were just like red flags, and I felt like no matter what I did with that woman, she would always kind of drag me down. Like so we had like agreed to take, so there's like the government, supplement for childcare or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or just a child benefit. So we
Yeah.
agreed to like save that and put it in her RESP every
Okay.
month. This bitch lied, and she took it all in her account and she spent it all.
No way.
Yeah, $9,000, and then the
Huh?
like it would be okay,
It was
like
supposed to be for the kid, right?
yeah, and it would be okay if she was like owned up to it and she was like, oh, like I'm sorry, like I just didn't have money, because she was on like whatever maternal leave
Yeah.
and stuff, but she just didn't communicate it. She just hid it, you know.
She know what she was doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just trusted her with it,
Hmm.
and like a lot of shit like that, and she just didn't make like good decisions. Like I I was like, she wanted to move back to Abbotsford,
Okay.
and I was going to school in Vancouver.
Okay.
I was
But that time, where are you living?
We were living in Surrey.
Living Surrey. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
So she want to go back to
she
Abbotsford,
wanted to
which is
go
like
back to
20
Abbotsford.
kilometer.
Yeah, cause like her family is there, and she wanted to be closer to her family with
Okay.
her like with the baby and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fine, but she doesn't drive at the time. She didn't have a license. I was the only one driving, and I was going to school and working in Vancouver. So I agreed, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And I commuted every day, and like with gas and everything and rent difference, it kind of worked out to be the same. But then she would just refuse to take the bus anywhere. And in Abbotsford, like it's too far to take to go get groceries walking. Too far to take the kid anywhere walking.
But why she would refuse?
She just was like, you can't take kids on the bus.
Okay.
She's just too bougie for it,
Okay.
right? So I was fucking going to school, working, coming home, taking the kid outside. Of course, she's been fucking at home all day, so she's pent up and she's like, "Oh, I want to go out. I want to go out." Also taking clients at night. I
What
was
do you
like
mean?
working myself to death.
But she was an audio engineer as well.
No, I was taking
Oh, I'm
clients at
thinking
night,
like
so
she
I
was
would be
taking.
like
Okay.
going to school.
Okay. Oh, you was taking like a client at night,
Yeah.
coming
So I
back.
was doing a fuck ton. It's like literally to the point where like I was gaining so much weight, I was having all these like problems, and I was
Mm.
like super depressed. And then it got to the point where I was like, man, I want to kill myself. Like this
That
is,
much?
yeah, it's like so fucked up. And she's not doing her part. Like she wouldn't even just take the bus. I had to drive her everywhere.
Did
Not,
you communicate that with her?
of
That you
course,
wanna, just
of
fucking kill
course. And
yourself?
actually, I was driving illegally at the time too, and I was like risking because had like an Alberta license plate to get the
Yeah,
Alberta cheap Alberta
yeah,
insurance.
yeah.
So I was like stressed about that too. I'm like, yo, I don't even want to drive anymore. Like, I'm risking it every fucking time.
Yeah. So you had a car, but you can't really drive it.
Yeah, like I shouldn't be. I should be paying a lot more for insurance, and in which case I can't drive
Yeah,
it,
yeah. I
right?
did that the same thing with Bowen Island. I was paying like $80,
Yeah,
for like full coverage
uh
for like a year or something. But yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So you communicate that with her that hey.
yeah. She just kept on making decisions for herself, and I felt like long term, it's
Hmm.
not gonna work out. It's not
So
gonna work out for me. It's gonna be a lot more of the same kind of, slaving away
mhm.
and all that.
You think like they like let's say that if she didn't have any advantage from the government, let's say financially, if
Hmm.
the government of Canada wasn't giving her shit
Hmm.
at all, uh, you will be the only provider. You
Yeah.
think she like think would be different,
What do you
or
mean? Like if I was just paying for everything,
no?
or
Let's say if the government didn't pay for shit for
hmm
um,
oh, like would she get a job? Or thing is, it's hard also with kids. Like that's why it's so hard to even have kids in Vancouver because you can't you can't realistically put a kid in daycare
you can't
when they're like a year old. Like you can't put them in full time if you want to have a full time job, right?
because the government won't pay for it.
Even if the government paid, I don't know
Mm.
how much. I think they pay maybe like $900 a month right now or something
Nine
for
hundred
a
bucks a month.
daycare. But
It's
daycare is
not bad, no?
expensive as fuck. I mean, daycare is like maybe 1,200 a month
Shit. Okay.
for like 3 days.
Fuck man.
Yeah,
I'll call my aunt.
it's
She'll do that.
crazy, bro. Yeah, exactly. Your aunt will do it for free. But yeah, even if you could afford to put them in daycare full time, like you shouldn't put a 1-year-old in daycare full time.
I agree.
Even like a 2-year-old is kind of like it's a lot. They're still so young, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And paternal leave is like 11 months, 12 months. So
One second. That was a nice 5 minute.
yeah, it's 5 minute test. 5 minute test is up. Restart.
Let me check here. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I mean, so it's kind of like impossible. One person kind of has to stay home,
mm-hmm.
but obviously you can't survive off of a single income
Mm-hmm.
in Vancouver at the moment, renting, especially if your income is not like high.
What do you think a good income would be in Vancouver?
I feel
Like something that where you can live and be happy with it.
yeah. Or you could be happy if
Yeah.
you're single or if you have a family.
I mean, when I'm a single and with a family, for me, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's
I
not.
did
I
the
don't
same
think so.
decision.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, let's say if you do have a family.
If you have a family, I feel like even 100K like combined is
Shit,
not enough. You know,
not enough.
combined though.
Oh,
But
okay, okay. So
maybe
like
to be happy, I feel like you want to each at least make 80K.
fuck, man.
Because
8K, man.
yeah, I make like 55K right now, and that's like
And
it's
it's not
tight.
even like,
It's tight.
it's not even the best, eh?
No, it's not very good.
Fuck, man.
Yeah,
That is fucked.
yeah,
That's really fucked.
yeah.
Fuck, man. So ideally, that would be about 16K a month.
16K a month, I guess. Hey,
I mean,
don't
like,
know,
yeah,
I don't know
combined.
Yeah. Well,
Combined.
no, that's a lot.
No?
Because if your
With a
rent is
kid.
like, say, okay, well, how much space do you need to be happy? Because I feel like if you have a kid, you want to have like at least 2, 3 bedrooms, right? Maybe like $3,000 a month
Mm-hmm.
or more. in
Okay, yeah.
rent.
Let's say 3K for a, let's say, 2 bedroom.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
if you think that's 30% of your income, you know, then you want to have at least 9,000,
Mm-hmm.
10,000 a month.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not really. That could get eaten up pretty quick, right? Like
As soon as
if
you
you
go
have two
out, man.
cars,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you want to put your kid in fucking ballet and everything all the time,
Exactly.
and
You
you
want
want
to
to
have a
have
date night with
you
your
want to go on
girlfriend.
vacation.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
another one. That's another one. How is it life, having a kid and going on vacation?
Well, yeah, I'm like a weekend dad now, so it's not bad. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, like I can, if I wanted to, I could just take like a week off and go somewhere. I mean, I feel like it would, like if I had to actually take care of my kid full time, it would be pretty rough.
That would be pretty rough.
Yeah, you would just not have any
I have a question.
any freedom.
One to a personal question.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to put this on camera, but I will ask you anyway.
Yeah.
So you have a partner,
Mm-hmm.
you have a kid,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But I'm thinking like, okay, if I was in your shoes, I'm thinking, bro, I'm gonna hit the same pussy for the rest of my life. I can't do it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
can't.
I mean that's also true. I mean,
You know what I mean? Like I feel like the girl, she can and she'll be content by that. I can't, man.
But you know what? At the same time, it's like I would really like it if I could just spend my whole life on a yacht, drinking champagne, fucking supermodels. But at some point, you gotta like be realistic a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's like there's some trade-offs because if you want to be older
Yeah.
and like have some kind of like, I mean, you're married, like
Mhm.
if you
Yeah.
want to have like some stability,
Yeah.
or if you want to have kids and not have to deal with some fucking crazy like baby mama shit,
Yeah.
then maybe you need to settle down and like find somebody. But maybe
So it's a compromise.
yeah, it's a little
Mhm.
bit of a compromise. Obviously, everyone compromises.
What if in the
Yeah.
perfect world you can have both of them?
Well, they would be a perfect world, right? It'd be nice. Yeah.
No, because I'm thinking, like honestly, man, like being married and shit,
Hmm.
it's good, but bro, same pussy all the time.
That would be tiring. Hey.
I'm sorry, man. Like, but I'm a guy, and then a guy, I need, you can't
Variety,
eat
eh?
chicken every day. Sometimes you want beef.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true. I mean, what are you gonna? I feel like everyone can agree, but
Mm. Yeah, you just have to compromise and say like, no.
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out too. Like shit, you
Yeah.
just.
You think for girls it's the same thing or no?
I think to an extent.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's like hypocrite for us to say like, no, they just want to be with just one person?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of girls that are like low key, like
Yeah.
I would fuck around if I had the chance, you know. I feel, isn't that like a statistic that more women cheat than
Th-
men in
that's right.
marriages? Yeah,
That's correct. No, you're correct. I think yeah, exactly. I read that maybe that was maybe like 3 4 years ago.
yeah.
Then actually like girl they cheating more than men,
Hmm.
but we are dumber. Like I'm the first guy dumb. Like dude, like if I cheat, I'm gonna be caught in probably like within 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So fucking like stupid. I'll be fucking like caught within 30 minutes.
because I feel like if guys cheat, it's not like it's not really a fully mental decision. It's more of
Right?
you're thinking somewhere else, and you're just like, oh yeah, let me just like these pictures real quick. Like, but if a girl cheated, she would be like,
So fucking smart, man.
yeah, this man,
This is a
this
strategy.
man may
Man.
give me an opportunity to increase my lifestyle. Joke, JK.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like girl. There's two things. I feel like, or they will cheat on the guy because it's pretty good looking, and then
Yeah,
they will have a one night stand, or they're looking for something different, like not a one night stand.
yeah,
A you know potential husband.
exactly. Or they're yeah, they're
But
not
with a
even
lot
trying
of
to
money.
upgrade,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
maybe they're like they have some kind of resentment, you know.
Oh, like you mean like they want to do like a vengeance or something?
Yeah, or like, I feel like in a lot of relationships, I was listening to a podcast
Hmm.
where they were talking about this. There's like, people build up resentment
Hmm.
and then they come up with their own kind of like covert um, ways to cope with it because maybe they don't want to end the relationship or they
Yeah.
don't know how to like work through the problem internally. So
Oh.
they'd be like, okay, well, I'll just cheat this one
Mm.
time and
Okay.
get even and then I'll feel better, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Or
I thought
maybe,
you were saying like something like about like revenge. They wanna, yeah. Dude, I was
maybe
that
too.
was in France a long time ago, and so that girl she was with someone. He was a military guy, and it was a good-looking guy and shit. Very like very well in shape, and so I was with someone at the time. That was maybe I don't know, maybe like 22 or something, whatever. She texted me. She said, "Oh, are you in the city? Come see me." I was like, "Sure." I went to her home. So Mia had someone at the time, and I know she was with this, like this military guy. So I was like, okay, nothing's gonna happen. So it's like started watching a movie, and then we just start to get horny.
What do you think was gonna? No, be honest.
Right,
What do
right.
you think was
I
gonna
I
happen
know,
when
I
you
know.
went to that?
It's so hypercrite for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna chill, have some drinks,
Honestly,
and
I love.
yeah.
Here's the thing, I love woman company. It's
Hmm.
a different energy, man.
Yeah,
It's
same.
such a different energy. Like let's say you with your friend, a guy.
Hmm.
Nothing's gonna happen, but
Very sure.
it could be a girl.
Yeah,
Also, maybe nothing's gonna happen, but you enjoy that energy. It's a different type of energy.
same. I like making friends with girls too. Like
Yeah.
when you're like, especially ugly girls, because you're like, I know nothing's gonna happen, and we could just chill, and we could just have fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what do you like on that? Like, why do you like feminine company? Why do you like girls' company? Because I love that, man. It's a
Yeah.
different energy, man.
Well, I feel like I was raised by my mom mostly.
Hmm.
So in a way, it's like, and my sister. So like,
Hmm.
in a way,
Sisters or sister?
sister.
Sister, okay.
Yeah. So in a way, I feel like more comfortable like that. And I feel like a lot of guys would agree that like you can talk to women about more things and more openly than like your guy friends. Your guy friends, you mainly just kind of shoot the shit and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it, right? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Are we gonna be more, like, oh,
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
gonna
Just
mock
dumb,
each other?
just fucking monkey shit. Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, as an example,
Hmm.
let's say when I was younger, I love women so much, So I
Hmm.
was like keep talking to girls, on the street. I was talking to girls. The girl she was sitting at McDonald's, so I was with my sister. I was like, okay, look the way I'm gonna talk to her. She was like, okay, go ahead. So me, I'm gonna talk to her for a second, and
Hmm.
then anyway, I'll take the number. Coming back, I was like, oh, so what? So I'm thinking like, oh, and now I'm the shit, right? I did it. She would be like, "Pff, you just like, hello, and your head is just like.
Yeah, it just looks so stupid.
I was like, really? So you talk with your guy friend, they will say like, no, the man that was good. I
Yeah,
feel like women they're more connected into emotion and
yeah, they're on
body
like a
language.
different level of social understanding, right?
Correct.
Sometimes, like especially
Yeah.
guys, sometimes have zero social intelligence, right? And they could just get through their whole life just being a fucking like gorilla, like exactly. And you can be successful. You can be a successful fucking gorilla just from that strategy, Like sometimes it helps to be a gorilla and like you never think about it. You have
Yeah,
no repercussions for just
that's right.
being fucking crazy, right? Yeah.
But no, I agree. That's why like I really love like a woman company. It's a different type of vibe, man. Even though when I do music, like doing music with a girl in the studio, it's different than a guy.
Yeah.
It's they, like they have a different energy. I love
Yeah.
that energy. It's like feminine, sexy energy at the same time. Even if the girl's fucking ugly and I'm absolutely not attracted to her, I don't want to fuck her. I don't want anything from her. You know. Still, I love her company, man.
Yeah.
I just like really love it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Women are precious.
Women are precious, man. Of
Mhm.
course, man.
Precious
Of course.
commodity.
Do you think like that helps because you grew up with your sister and your mom?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you otherwise.
Yeah,
If
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
On a
but
personal level, like, what's going on with the father then?
my dad just, I mean, he was with us when we were kids more, but
Mhm. Oh, so you
he's,
know him?
yeah, of course. I still,
Okay.
he was a good dad, But when we moved here from, because I was born in Abu Dhabi,
Hmm.
they were both my mom and my dad are chemical engineers, and
Okay.
then they moved here. But my dad, like, neither of their like qualifications were, you know,
Like move here, you mean Vancouver or Calgary?
Calgary.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not like recognized here, so they couldn't get work here. So for
So
like,
you're an engineer in Abu Dhabi, but when you come
yeah,
here, you just basically
you're a taxi driver. So he was a
shit.
taxi driver for a couple years, and then
Yeah.
he didn't like it, and then eventually he worked for like a lot of oil companies in the Middle East and stuff because they hire a lot of engineers who could speak English and
Okay.
Arabic, right?
Okay.
So he went and worked there, but it meant that most of the time he's overseas.
Mm.
It was kind of like 1 month on, 1 month off, and then
Okay.
sometimes like 4 months on, a couple 1 month off,
Okay.
that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. I don't really fault him because I have to consider doing that myself because
Mm.
I can't afford to live here and make a lot of money and pay for my daughter to have a good life. Maybe I have to fucking move somewhere else and make more money there.
You have something in mind?
I don't know. I might have to like for programmers, the states pay way better.
The the US, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I might go move there, and especially like Vancouver, they don't hire a lot of junior like
They
developers.
don't?
There's no startups in fucking
So
Vancouver.
how you fucking supposed to start then?
You fucking gotta leave Vancouver and come back when you have some experience.
So
It
they don't
seems
want
like it.
to hire juniors?
Yeah, well, because first of all, you can hire juniors from all over the world at this point, right?
Yeah.
And you want to have someone that already has experience, unless it's like a startup who's looking for like anybody who's dirt cheap, right?
Okay.
And unless it's a co-op, but the co-op system, you have to be in like a 4-year degree to
Hmm.
to be able to get an internship. And I just finished a 2-year diploma, so I can't qualify for an internship in Canada. And I mean, even if I work my ass off to just go straight into a
Yeah.
junior position, it's
Yeah.
like odds are slimmer here, and I'd get paid less than if I were to. One, I could get an internship in the U.S. without being in a co-op program, and two, I could get a job there and get
Yeah.
paid twice as much. And the cost of living isn't less than here.
Mm-hmm.
Here is like the most
Which city
expensive.
are you thinking? It sounds like you're thinking about
Maybe like
California, I guess.
Seattle, yeah, or maybe San Francisco,
Okay.
California, somewhere.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Maybe for a little bit. Or there's like Amazon, I guess in Arizona or something. I heard some people went there and then came back. But
You can work remotely or no? Can you
that's
work
the
remotely?
goal. Yeah, I think I could. I wanna work remote, and I wanna just go get like a nice little piece of land somewhere,
That'd be
build
fucking
a
awesome, man.
build a little house.
You go like in Texas or something.
Yeah,
It's
a nice
always
with a
sunny.
pool, right? Versus fucking living here,
I know.
pay more
You pay like 2K here or 3K
for a
over there.
fucking
You can
cardboard
have
box.
bro, you can have a mansion over there.
Yeah.
Like my friend is in Austin, Texas.
Mhm.
Is downtown fucking Austin, over there. Is paying 1.5, 1.5. I don't know. I think you have a 2 bedroom,
Yeah.
but it's like a luxury apartment, man. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I've been debating it because if I've got paid more, then you know what? I could fly back and forth. I could fly my daughter out, you know,
Oh, you
easily.
talking about like going there by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
mean,
okay,
that
okay.
might be my only fucking option. I gotta try to just get a job here, you know, and survive and shit. But
Yeah.
if that's like, you know, my job is kind of like, I should not talk about my job on the.
Oh, you
Yes.
can.
No, we're good. We're good. Anyway, that might be my only option at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
All good.
Are there
I
any?
may or may not be planning on not moving
Not for
or
now.
not for now, not for the next while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any question I didn't ask you? You want me to ask you about?
I got a new song coming out soon. The video.
So which new song do you have then?
It's called Reject Submission.
Reject Submission.
Yeah. Basically, so you know, like I make
Sounds
my
like
beats.
50 Shade of Grey or something.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. That's
Oh yeah, it is.
no, it's not. It's like really electronic kind of
Okay.
breakcore-ish type of thing. But basically, you know, like the stream, like the distribution platforms, like fucking what's it called? I tried
Like
for
you.
the first time United Masters.
Okay.
So I was like,
Yeah.
I tried it out because like
Yeah.
one of my clients was talking about how
Yeah.
it was good for them, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, sure. I made a beat, make my music from scratch,
Okay.
right? Record it myself,
Okay.
no samples. Fucking gets denied
Why?
for fraud. They say that
Huh?
I was copying, I was just stealing content, you know, and they wouldn't post it. And not only would they won't post it, but they're like banning my account. They're like, you're
They ban it as well.
suspended from posting.
The fuck?
And I like tried to
So you make
appeal
the
it.
beat,
I made
you
everything.
upload it
Of course.
from scratch.
Yeah. Let's talk about AI. Yeah. So they must have some kind of shitty fucking AI, like you know, QA system that's immediately just, you know,
It's like a kind of like a Shazam.
yeah, exactly. That's just flagging my thing as someone else's. And this is the
Okay, you
same
can
for like,
flag it, but how come they're gonna fucking ban it?
right? And then they have no fucking, like, their customer support is obviously a fucking chatbot too, because
Yeah.
it's just like,
It's probably
yeah,
like
sorry, you've
two
been,
guys in India or something.
yeah, it's like exactly.
I'm sorry, it's banned.
You're a fraud. No. But exactly, bro. They just said I'm a fraud, and I was like, okay, fine. I'll make another song.
You did another one.
Yeah, and I was like,
You give another chance.
no, I just made another song right then
Yeah.
about that, and the song is fucking lit. So I was like, yeah.
Then it was accepted or what?
I didn't post it again on
Nothing.
that. So I used another one called Amuse. That's like way better.
Okay.
But that one, they have good. It's like in Sweden too. They have good customer service. I'm constantly changing my name and just like emailing them like, hey, I want to change my name, and then they're like, oh, you know, you should really only change your name if you're really serious about it. We only usually do it one time per artist.
Okay.
And I'm on
okay.
like my 10th time, and they just keep on doing it. So they're good.
So where can we find you then?
On Spotify,
Okay.
I think
What's the
I'm
name?
ADEL BOUSSA.
Okay.
Yeah.
ADEL BOUSSA. We'll put the link.
Yeah, put the link.
YouTube.
Same thing, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, everything, all platforms.
What's the goal in the next future?
For this grant
Making
thing?
your own music.
Yeah, I make my own music. Try to get a little bit of followers here and there. You know.
Yeah.
I should probably post more on social media, but
Why don't
That's
you post more on social media?
this is lazy.
Is the laziness?
I got a lot. I just do too much shit. I'm like doing coding, doing
Yeah.
music.
I mean, you
a
can post that
kid.
too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really like. I should.
You
can
can post
make-
like
you
you know,
can-
like you're
yeah,
doing
you
like
can post
some
anything.
coding.
Yeah,
Definitely.
eventually.
We was talking about jiu-jitsu. I will tell you like a funny story. I tried to do a Krav Maga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I was on just here on Hastings.
Uh-huh.
It was like a Krav Maga class, right? And the reason why I didn't fucking continue Krav Maga, I did one class, okay? So there was this Israeli soldier. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, in Krav Maga, you come here and it's talking like
Yeah, that's what I
that.
thought. Yeah.
And then I went to the first class, and then I saw that girl. That girl, man, it's not my type. I don't really have a type, but it's
Yeah.
just not my type. Short hair, like dark skin. She was like kind of like a Blasian
Mhm.
girl. It's not usually what I'm gonna look for. Anyway, I saw her, bro, for the whole class. I
Yeah.
couldn't even fucking work out.
Couldn't focus.
I
Yeah.
couldn't. I could. Everything she was doing, I was feeling like it's so sexy. She was like, she was doing like some random shit. I
Uh-huh.
was like, fa la 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 la.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I did not come back. So the
Yeah.
guy David was like, "Oh, are you coming back tomorrow?" I was like, "Sure." I never came back, man. Just because of her. Huh?
That's crazy.
It was not because of the class. It just because of her.
Just couldn't focus.
I couldn't focus, man. Like my stomach,
Uh-huh.
it was just like flipping.
Damn.
I could not fucking focus, man. That was crazy, man. I didn't had that feeling for maybe like I don't know 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really fucked me up.
That's
for
crazy.
Sure. You never had that feeling before?
I mean, yeah, but I feel like I just try to just ignore that kind of thing. 'Cause you know what?
You
That's
rather
just
ignore it?
that's just the little head. You try and tell the big head what to do. Like I don't. And especially I don't like that kind of like I don't feel like I've never had success with a girl that I'm like so like have a crush on. Like
Yeah.
it's usually
It
like
doesn't really last, huh?
no, because it's a crush. Right?
You think like passion lasts?
no.
Not really.
No, I think you should think with your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it, like long-term relationships, you have to. It's almost like a business arrangement. You got to be like, yeah, this person has a smart,
Yeah.
good sense of money management, time
Mhm.
management. So all that shit's gonna affect you.
Yeah.
If they're fucking bad at time management, you're gonna be fucking late for everything.
Yeah. So you feel like your partner, she can to be your partner. It's way better to have maybe not no passion, but a certain amount of passion, but mostly that will be more, like logical,
Yeah, long term though.
long term.
I mean,
Yeah.
for like shorter term things.
Shorter term, you want passion, man.
You know how it is,
Yeah.
right? But for long term, yeah, you gotta have you gotta definitely plan ahead.
You feel like you're passionate guy in general.
Yeah, nah. I mean, like, yeah, in a way, like,
You
not
sound like you have a
outwardly.
few passion too, right?
I have a lot of passions,
Okay.
but I feel like in the past, like my teacher in like the audio engineering school when I was doing like songs and stuff, was like, you gotta be more passionate when you talk, and like when you talk, especially about music. I feel like I'm like, oh yeah, this is like my song, like maybe I'll release it, when I probably should be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it. Everybody listen to
Okay.
my shit.
Oh, they want
That,
to put
yeah.
more like core into it.
Or
more.
like, I
Okay.
care so much about it. I
Yeah.
don't really care about it. Like, I just make it. I make it almost like an addiction, like. Fuck.
But still, I feel like you definitely like someone who have a lot of passion,
Yeah, I like
martial arts,
yeah,
music. What else?
fucking,
Fucking.
fucking and drinking. Yeah.
+5, man.
Yeah, +5, +5 for fucking. Coding. I like to code. I like making
You like to
websites.
code?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah, make websites.
you love that.
I mean,
It's a passion.
it's a passion. I like.
So if
I
you
wanna
by
make,
yourself
like,
on a fucking
products.
desert island, you bring your
Uh,
computer,
I bring my
And
computer
C++?
and that's it, and some lotion.
Java.
What else? What else you need, bro? Got the internet out there.
Bro, I got that girl. She had her OnlyFan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had like OnlyFan. subscribers.
Mhm.
Dude, she was making $12,000 in 10 days. $12,000.
Holy fuck.
Bro, here's the thing. That's what I told her on the podcast. I was like, don't take it bad. I'm not a good looking guy, but you're not a good looking girl. I said, you're not ugly, but you're probably like a 3 out of 10.
The thing is, bro, I feel like
She was like, no, I'm certainly like, like way more than the average. I said, no, 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 no. You way less than the average. They're just paying, you know, to. I don't even. She don't even want to show me what she
Bro,
was doing.
God knows.
Yeah.
Human sexuality is the weirdest fucking shit, bro. People are into all types of fucking nasty,
Yeah.
weird things, and it might not even like you might not even be into like just pretty girls. Maybe there's people that are just into like I want to see an ugly girl. Like there's so many pretty girls on the internet. I need to see a ugly one doing this. Like people are weird, bro.
Dude, you never had like like on the porn website and you have a pop-up saying like, would you like to fuck ugly girls?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Someone's making money off of that.
Yeah.
There are
yeah,
clicks,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, no, I agree, man.
anybody can get it. But it's wild how much money they make, man.
I agree, man. I mean, like, sex is so wide, like, there's so many. Bro, like, one story. I was with a friend, and then we say, like, okay, you love dancing. So we went dancing, you know, and I didn't know what was that night. So I just booked it online. We went to that club.
Mhm.
We went inside. There was two girls, okay, just at the cashier. They're looking at each other. One, she was dressing like a dragon, okay, and the other one, she was looking like way too sexy. Then she looked at us. She was like, "You know what is here?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." You know what is the theme? And the other girl was like, "It's okay. Let them go. Let them go." So I was looking at my friend.
Like a drag or dragon, like a drag queen.
It was not a drag queen. It was just like the theme of the night. I don't even know what was that. I think it was like raga or something.
Okay.
Yeah, there was nothing like specific. No, dragon, not
Like
the drag. A dragon.
Like a fire-breathing dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
A
what the
dragon.
fuck?
Yeah, she was dressing like a dragon. We went inside, man. Bro. Like you couldn't. I don't even know that in Vancouver that exists. People was like half naked. They was dressing like a devil,
Yeah.
angel. Like people having sex on the right.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, bro, that was, and they was putting like funk music. I was looking, at my friend. I was like, "What the dude?" I swear to God, man, it's one of my best fucking nights ever.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
was just so fucking good, dude, bro. Like it was people like it was like watching like people making love,
Mhm.
like having sex,
You're just eating
and then
some
people
fucking
they would
chips.
just they just stop and just like watching. What the fuck?
Take it in. Right.
So here's the thing. So it was like there was 3 room. So 3 room. Anyway, it was a very good night. I can tell you. The day after, we slept maybe like 4 a.m. or something. Went home the day after. My mind was just like like running. Right. I was keep thinking. What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? You know that feeling? What the fuck happened? 8. It was maybe like 9 a.m. I went to it's called Small Victory. It's a bakery.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah. It's a little bit bakery in Vancouver. I went there, and then the girl she was like keep looking at me, like the cashier. Sorry, she keep looking at me. So it was a lineup, but she kept looking at me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So you have to understand, like me, I'm already fucked from the previous night. Like I don't know what happened. I don't want to think about it. A lot of shit happened. So I'm thinking like, why she keep fucking looking at me, man? So then it was my turn. She was like, "Hi, how you doing?" I was like, "Good." I was like, "Is that okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? How's yesterday?"
Oh my god.
I couldn't understand what she's doing. Fun night?
Yeah.
So I'm checking. I was by myself, huh? I was not with my wife or anyone. I was checking and thinking, like, she's talking about, like, yeah? I said, fun night? I'm like, yeah. And then she looked at me with a big smile. Have a good day. And then I fucking remember because she was dressing like it was like kind of like a unicorn,
Right.
but she had like so much makeup, but that smile, I recognize it when I left. Like she gave me my stuff. I recognize it when I left. I was like, fuck, man, Vancouver is so small. My heart, man, was fucking beating. I was like beating so much because it was wild over there.
Uh-huh.
It was some wild shit.
We don't need to get on. We don't
Bro,
need to get into whatever you did there.
I can't even tell you what
Yeah.
happened over there, but that was wild shit, man. That
That's
was
fucked.
people
That's
that
like
was just like fucking inside, man.
yeah, that's like a almost like a nightmare scenario where you're like you see these people in person and you're like, oh fuck, no you didn't.
But bro, she was like close to my building,
Yeah,
working there.
exactly.
It's like,
And
fuck, man.
I mean, there's like a limited amount of kind of like especially if you live like in Brentwood or in
Yeah.
like Gastown or something like
Yeah.
if someone also lives there, you're gonna see them all
Yeah.
the time. There's some people that like I see them all the time and I know them from like school or something and I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
like, yeah, this guy lives here fucking every day, got the same schedule, goes to the same grocery store, like
Yeah.
yeah.
But for me, it's not embarrassing, but it's just I couldn't even remember properly what I did that night.
Yeah.
This is what is embarrassing for me.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm very open-minded, but thinking what I did that night, I'm thinking, oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
That's
No,
fucking-
if you're over there fucking a girl in a dragon costume in front of a crowd of people, I hope you remember.
Bro, there was like a room where you can fuck, and people just stop and watching. That's all they're doing, man. But
It's nice.
I'm not into that type of stuff, but when it's happening to you, I swear, man, it's fucking turning you on, man.
I mean,
It's turning you on.
I feel like
You're having sex in a room and other people are actually like watching
yeah.
and they join you. Bro, this is, I don't know how to describe it, man. But that turns
Yeah.
you on, man.
I feel like yeah. There's a little bit some weird shit, but I like for at least watching, I feel like if you're like at a bar and
Yeah.
there's like people casually fucking like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
at
you
least
want
like
to watch,
it's
right?
like a conversation piece even. Like you just sit there and drink and be like, yeah, like that's a good stroke. Wow, this guy has some cardio on him. Oh, wow. Look at that. I don't know if I could do that. I'd be tired by now. This man is an athlete.
No, I agree, man. But that's very funny. Like the way they're doing those nights, they have a contrast between, like as I told you, they dress like angel or devil, unicorn. They have like some really like weird costume.
Moses fucking a unicorn just right on the fucking bar, right?
But at the same time, the music is completely different. They're putting like funk music, James Brown, like super old funk music. Electro, I can understand, but funk music, I'm thinking that doesn't, you can put like, I don't know, like, you won't put like Prince funk music with people fucking,
Yeah.
It doesn't match. But they was doing it and it was working very, very well, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Funny shit, man.
Those DJs know what they're doing, hey? They tapped into something.
But yeah, bro,
Yeah.
Vancouver is small, man.
It is.
Vancouver-
I feel like it's too small to be doing that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Especially like since I got like a real job.
Yeah.
Now I feel like way more conscious of like what I'm doing because
Yeah.
I can see someone from work
Yeah.
and you can't unsee that shit. Like just can't. And I'll be there fucking every day, same people.
How do you like behave when you recognize someone from work into, I don't know, like your personal life? Does that bother you, or
No, I like it. I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy?
that's pretty much it?
Yeah, because at least like at work, I feel like you can't be like yourself. You gotta
You
be
can't
like
be yourself at
yeah,
work,
you
right?
gotta be kind of professional. But then
Mhm.
if you catch me outside of work, yeah,
It's a
then
different
I'm
animal.
Like, got you. Yeah.
Yeah, no. See, I stopped doing that because I felt like I had like different personality.
Mm-hmm.
at a point I was just like, you know what, it's me at work, and it's me on my,
A
my
hundred
daily
percent.
life.
Yeah.
Then I was just like, you know what, fuck it. No matter what, people they're gonna fucking judge me anyway.
Yeah.
So I rather just be fucking myself. I'm fucking weird as fuck.
That's true.
I'm wild.
Yeah.
Um, but this is myself. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
feel like I've been kind of coming out a little bit more too.
Mhm.
But this is like my first job too, so it's like my
You don't
first
want to
like
fuck it up.
real job. So I didn't want to fuck it up at first, but now that I'm kind of like thinking about leaving, I'm it's a little bit more like a little bit more crazy every day. But yeah,
Why do you want to leave?
I just want to get paid more. And
Okay,
like
okay, okay.
this acoustics, there's not really like a future in it for me. I mean, like I could
Oh, there's no future, you think, on it?
if I want to take the slow and not very high paid route in life, then there's
Okay.
a future. But there's not like a future where I would be satisfied and happy, and that kind of thing.
What would be like the perfect job for you?
They would be doing this. Just-
Oh yeah,
yeah,
cool, man.
just make music.
Yeah.
Maybe I think like I always like didn't want to do promotion and stuff like that, but
Didn't want or wanted?
didn't want to,
Didn't want to do promotion.
But now, kind of, the desperation is kicking in, and like faced with the reality of fucking real adult life. Yeah, it doesn't sound so bad. Shit, I could get up in front of a camera now.
I don't think it's something you could have done like a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
right?
no, I mean at the same time, like I was like I'm probably a late bloomer, like
What do you mean by that?
like I was still shy and stuff like a year ago.
But you don't look shy, man.
Yeah, I know I look good.
It's just, dude,
But,
like these
yeah.
guys on OnlyFans. Did you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't,
The girl, she was like, no, my friend, I put him on OnlyFans with me
dude,
when
and
we're
they
doing
make
some
money
videos.
too. Like,
He's making money. I
it's
don't know how
crazy.
much though. She didn't mention that. But
Dude,
yeah,
they make so much money.
bro, OnlyFans. Can you imagine, man? 12K.
Imagine a 20-year-old girl making more than someone who like worked their whole life, 50-year career, you know, retirement age, head of a company,
Oh my god.
successful person, 20-year-old girl.
Here's
Gotcha.
my feet.
Yeah, check out my feet. Like straight up, don't even have to do much. Just fucking,
That is fucked up, man.
yeah, babe. I like that.
I love you.
I like those pictures.
Yeah.
Send me
What
more.
do you think of those guys?
That's kind of creepy. That's kind of like, but yeah, there's a lot of dudes that just can't get any, and they're leads you.
Who gonna fucking pay for those shit, man? I like. Here's the thing. I feel like people who will pay. This is what I picture. I can picture a very skinny Korean guy with the huge glasses
Mhm.
behind his computer, or like a Caucasian guy with a huge fucking belly. You know.
Or maybe just anybody who's not really like desirable. Cause like
I don't think it's only like ugly guys. Huh? I think it's just like
Yeah.
regular person. You know.
really.
I feel like, but okay, let's say you are into like feet or fetish.
Yeah.
Okay, I got actually like a couple of friends they into like those kind of shit. They're good looking guys.
But it's for free. It's for free on the internet. Why would you pay? I feel like I just have like a broke mentality where like I can't imagine paying like
I know what the
$5
fuck
for
is-
something you could get for free. Like, come on, are the feet pics that different? They're like high res. Like you can find high res, 4K 4K feet on the internet for free.
No, I agree, man.
Why do you need to pay? Like, and do you pay one girl? In that case, where's the variety? You
Yeah, I
need to at
agree.
least have 10 fucking
Or
subscriptions.
maybe the guys they have like a lot of subscriptions too.
Yeah, but I mean, then
But like I
again,
mean, like feet, I don't really get it. Why fucking feet? I
Yeah.
try to understand. I
I
just
kind of get it because
don't.
if I feel like if a girl has like clean feet,
Yeah.
then that means the rest of her body's clean. Like if you take care of your feet is like the last thing, right?
But what if the guy he actually attracted by fucking ugly feet?
That's a different question. I don't know, bro. Like that's wild. Dirty feet.
You think
Google
like they
it.
actually take like for clean Like
I don't
very
know.
entertaining feet.
I would assume so. Like I kind of like some clean,
Okay.
good feet, but like not in a weird way.
I don't know. You like,
Yeah, I
for
don't know.
example, you go at the gym. I'm into like
Hmm.
a yoga class. The last thing I'm gonna check is the fucking feet. I'm gonna check a few
Of
asses,
course, yeah. There's like
but I'm not
a
gonna check fucking
hierarchy
feet.
of
You know?
needs, right? Like the feet is maybe towards the bottom, but yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like people can get fixated on things, right? Like something might just happen in your life that like
Yeah.
triggers you when you're like fucking 13 years old, and then for the rest of your life you're like into this very specific niche
Yeah.
like
Yeah. 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 No, I agree,
fucking
man.
thing.
I was
Yeah,
watching this guy. He had a podcast. It's not really a podcast. It's called Soft White Belly.
I think I heard of it.
Yeah, so this guy is just like interviewing people in general, and he was this girl. She was a they call it dominatrix.
Hmm.
So she just like dominate men,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
like they're like the ones that like are just financial, like
bro,
basically like yeah,
fucking
financial dominatrix. They're
multi-millionaire
just
guy,
yeah,
you
they're just
know.
like give me money.
That's right,
Yes.
exactly.
What? It's that easy.
This is going back against you, but what? What?
What?
Give me $5. What?
Imagine if you could do that to girls, man.
I don't even think that exists, man.
No, it doesn't.
It
Because
doesn't, right?
imagine just being like, give me money. That's,
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of like a pimp, though. But they do it like through more coercive
Yeah.
ways. But
Yeah.
like, just like for their own pleasure, being like, yes, yes, take my money.
Oh, bro,
Rethink my
that would be
career, like shit.
for me. Like, okay, like if I say to the girl, because I'm very like dominant, like
Hmm.
sexually, I fucking love to dominate. You know, when I have sex,
Hmm.
I love this. How do
What do you mean?
I
There's
mean,
no words that need to describe that. Thanks very much.
no, I mean, like I love to dominate,
Hmm.
but I can't tell to the girl, okay, remove your fucking clothes and give me money.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
be like,
that's the
I'm the
next
guy. I'm
level.
not gonna fucking take your money.
And that's not even
You know
like
what I mean?
on a sexual thing. That's just straight up like just fucking taking money. Like that's robbery. Like it's getting stuck up. Like,
It's
uh,
so true, man. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
like I'm wild, but I don't know. That feel wrongs to me.
it
You know.
does. I mean, whatever floats your boat, but like that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
really want to meet one of those people like in person because
Dude,
I
like
still don't believe it. You know?
yeah, I can introduce you to this two girls. It's two girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, do they do the financial one too? Like, I
We
need to see it in person. I need to like
like give me money. No,
have it be
one of the
tangible.
girl. No, one of the girl. I think like she didn't mention all, you know, the sexual act she was doing, but like one of the girl. Oh shit, yeah, that was fucked up. But we didn't even put it on camera.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was some weird shit. The guy
Uh,
was like peeing on her.
oh, good.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a golden shower.
Hmm.
That's the stuff.
The old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the girl, she was like, okay, now I take my pee, I put it back on the guy. Yeah, yeah. That was like, you know. But anything else, yeah. And there was like, apparently the guy fucking. But can you imagine, man? You're gonna pay for that. I mean,
Yeah.
I
I
don't know if
mean,
it's really sexual in a way.
it has to be, right? What else is it?
I mean, like if you're really super fucking horny, maybe. But I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I could be fucking horny, but if you pee on me, I'm gonna be like, dude, like just go to the washroom. We come back. We I said like, you know, go to the washroom, come back. We
Yeah.
finish.
I feel like gross
Yeah.
stuff for me. It's just gross. Like I'm too like squeamish. You know, like fuck.
I
I'm
mean, like,
not. This is not a bathroom, Miss. Stop it.
I mean, I love crazy shit, you know, but yeah, that may be like, it's not even too much. It's just not my type. I
Yeah.
won't say it's too much though. You know, I feel like yeah, it's cool, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe if like really like one girl she into it. I don't know, man.
Just
You
don't
never
pee
know.
on me, man. just not, just not the face, bro. I'm drowning.
Oh fuck, man. I think that's it for today, yeah.
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 Okay. We did it. We did it round 2. There you go.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Listen to my
Thank you
music
so
out
much.
there.
604
Yeah.
podcast.
604 podcast. 90s vibe music studio.
Yeah. Pee
Bruh.
on me. Bruh, bruh.
Yeah. I need like a,
Oh my god, that
a
was
t-shirt.
good, man.
You gotta make that a t-shirt. Don't pee on me.
That was a nice podcast, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
was
Oh
good,
my
man.
god, it went long, hey.